I'm going to start with the bottom ends of the wheat here, and it's arbitrary, but I've chosen to make the start of it about half the width of the gouge from this edge. So I'm going to make a point here and a point there, and this end is done very much like we're going to do the rest of the wheat, by putting our point here, coming across to where the line is. And this wood's pretty hard, so I'm going to use a mallet, and then on the other side move it across to there, and I would do the same on this side, from the point to the line, and then here from the point to the line. So that's our bottom. And to finish off the mound there, I'm going to get a chisel, stab that down here, on this side there, and then we can take this side off. Oh. There's various options on how to do it. I'm going to take this bit off first here. So there's our cut, and there's our cut, like so. Of course on the other side, and then with the flatter gouge I'm going to just finish that up to here, like this. Checking that's nice and clean with my chisel. And of course on this side, I'm going to get in the light a little bit here. So I could do this first, because I have the tool in my hand. Taking out this chip here. Making sure that's clean. And so to make this sort of end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same chisel and come in with my corner, just stab that in like that, just into there like that. So when I erase all this pencil, I can hold this up for you. You can film there. You can see I need to clean up a little bit in there, but that's going to be the effect of this end, and then we'll run across from either side and turn to the other end. So do all this all the way round at each junction. At the corners we have to allow for a little sort of wheat berry here. So I've, again arbitrarily, I've made the point where we're going to start a tool width, which is here, from where the line across intersects. So there's our starting point on the midline, and again just as before, but reversed. Make sure you get the directions right. Set that in, and then we need to make this moulding here go right to the edge. So I can take a little bit, this is another way of doing it, taking a little bit about like this to help us off. Wrong one. So here's our edge coming up. And then I'm going to take that slice out here just as we did before. So that sets in the end from corner to corner of the wheat. And then the berry itself, leave a little bit of thickness here at the bottom, but come up to the center line like so. 1, 2, and take another little slice to the side like that. So it's all the same sort of cuts. make that a little deeper. So a stab cut and an angle cut. Stab cut and an angle cut. So we'll do that, which I think looks quite nice, all the way around, all the corners now, and then we've finished the outlining of the wheat. Okay, so your project should look like this at this stage. You've got the basic moulding, so to speak, in there, nice and tidy, and all that remains is to put in the details of the wheat berries themselves along these various parts. Here's our pattern, and if you remember, the distance between each repeating unit was the width of this carving tool. Now when I applied this to this shorter length, and I did it on paper to check, I got lucky and it fits perfectly. On this one, the longer length, as I come along, I've actually got, at that distance, I've got half a unit here left over, so I'd have a short berry at the top, and you don't really want that. So make an adjustment to this width with your calipers, allow a little bit to take up any slack, and it's really important that you do that before you start any carving, because you don't just want to carve it and hope it's going to work out. So a bit of checking beforehand, then caliper off to finish up the center line with points. So those are the final cuts just gone in. Before I'm finished, I'm going to take some 240 upwards, 300, 400 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to give it a couple of wipes like this. Just a wipe, I'm not sanding, just to make sure everything feels nice and tactile. And with that, the carving, I think, is finished. I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks great.